Hi, I'm Angie, and today we're going to make the long-awaited for homemade from scratch pumpkin pie. So here's what I can kind of remember the way that I made pumpkin pie last year. And I'll tell you the ingredients, and then if I forget something as I'm cooking, I'll just let you know as I go. But so here are the ingredients. You're going to need a prepared pie pastry dough in the pan. And there's butter, 2 eggs, vanilla, there's salt back there, that's pinch, that's the salt. You're gonna, of course, need 1 pie pumpkin, whole milk, brown sugar, white sugar, spices. I have some garam masala, which I love for fall and winter dishes, cinnamon, ginger, pumpkin pie spice. You're gonna need a lot of that. And a little bit of cloves, and a mixing bowl, and of course all your materials that you're going to need to whip this thing up. This little plaque used to be on my grandma and grandpa's casual door, where we all used to burst in their house, and maybe that's why he put that back on there. Don't you love that? And then, so here's what I did yesterday. I took a sugar pie pumpkin that I grew in our own pumpkin patch, and you just slice off the top, and then you cut it in half. And then you scoop out all the seeds, and then I'm going to do a pumpkin seed video later, but you just scoop them out and then you save them and rinse them off.
A few seeds.
Yeah, we can rest them. I'll rinse them off and we can have seeds. Oh yeah, I could do that too. And then you just put it upside down just like that, and you bake it. I baked it at 375 for 1 hour, and then it got really soft. Then what you're able to do is just peel off the skin, and it's so easy. And then it's soft enough that you can just puree it by hand. It's so nice and soft. So I already baked my pumpkin yesterday, and then I just put it in the fridge overnight, and I'll just get that out, but I got to put my camera down before I do that. So here it is, all ready to go. So here's what it looks like. This is a day later. I know it looks hideous, but we're just gonna like puree it anyway. I ate some of it with that pork that we made last night, and it was really good, dipped in the savory sweet pork juices. You're just gonna take as much as you think is gonna fit in a pie shell. I'm sorry, that's the way I cook. I just think, oh, about this much or about that much. Can you see that? So for a pie, I think I'm just gonna use a whole, oops, there's a seed. Half the pumpkin. Look, it just is so soft, just from baking it. Maybe a little bit more. And don't worry about all the fibers that were attached to the seed. I think that's good in a pie. I think that, I mean, you can strain out the fibers if you want to, but I'm just gonna leave them in. I just like that, so I just think it's kind of good for you that way. Maybe a little more yet. I'm going to put this in the microwave to warm up a little bit. Is that what you're supposed to do? I don't know, but I just want to do that. So this is the way I cook. Very strange. Then I'm going to go ahead and pre-bake my pie crust. I don't know, but I just want to do that. I don't think there's any reason why I couldn't sort of bake this a little bit before I pour the filling in it. So first I'm going to prick this with a fork. And that just prevents it from bubbling up in the microwave, or in the oven. This is a Amish, what is that brand? Second. A Walnut Creek pie crust. Got this at Rejuve in town. And I guess I'll preheat my toaster oven to 350 and just put it in there. I could also put like beans in there to keep it from puffing up. I think I'll do that. I'll get some beans. Okay, I don't have any beans, but I have these little red lentils. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna throw that in the oven there. See, bake. 350. So while that preheats, I'll just go ahead and mix up I just think when it's warmer, it'll be easier to stir. And kind of look out for any pumpkin seeds that might have escaped your notice. And what you just do is mix that as to smooth as you can possibly make it. So it's all soft, and it kind of reminds you of baby food. I don't know, 10 minutes. So butter, and then I'm gonna stir that up. So a chunk of butter. That was probably like 3 tablespoons, I'm gonna say. And like, I'm gonna cream the egg, the butter, sugar, and pumpkin. I wish I can do like the sumptuous shots of slowly pouring in the stuff. So like that. I'm just gonna cream that all together. I'm gonna get a whisk. If I was really smart, I would have just got out my KitchenAid and just did it right, but I'm trying to be like all charming fall. It's like not working. What did somebody say? Like morbid fall chicks. It's funny to me. So now I'm gonna add the eggs. This is really what you have to be beating while, so I'm just gonna beat after each addition, like they say in real recipes. Incorporating eggs. Egg number 2. This is gonna be like real custardy. And I think I'm just gonna get my mixer out because I don't like the way this looks. I want to mix it more smooth than that. So I'm gonna get out my mixer so it can be done right. Ingredients in the actual mixer. And the paddle going. Now you can see, now I can tell me. So I'm gonna just mix that a while because I want the eggs to get really fluffy, and so it gets fluffy and smooth. But there it is. I'm just gonna wait till it cools a little bit before I dump those lentils out. Okay, I'm gonna put vanilla in here. Now, just a little bit, a couple teaspoons. Yeah, that looks good. It's really important to scrape down your bowl. I wasn't gonna put any milk in here, but maybe just a little bit. Just a little. Just like a little, I don't know. Just a little creaminess is good. All right, for those of you who are wondering, yes, the lentils did melt into the bottom of the crust. I'm just gonna get them out the best that I can. The good thing about lentils though, and no joke, that they sort of take on the flavor of really whatever they're cooking in. So I think it's gonna be okay. Like pumpkin is sort of a savory thing, or you know, like the same thing here. And what I should have done, kids, is put foil in here first. Foil, then put your beans or lentils in. Silly me. But we're all learning together. It's gonna be all right, I promise. Little pumpkin lentil pie, I guess now. Oh. Live and learn. What does Bob the painter say? There are no mistakes, only opportunities. I forget what he said. So here we go. This is why I don't talk. This is why I shouldn't talk. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is pour my pumpkin batter into a pan, and I'm gonna heat it on the stove, which may be not normal either, but I'm remember doing it like that last time because pumpkin pies take a long time to cook. I mean, a really long time to bake in the oven. So when I heat it up on the stove, it just takes less time and it already starts to do its thing. Make sure you get it all in there. Good news is it tastes really good so far. I haven't added the spices yet, but so far so good. And I wouldn't recommend licking raw because I put eggs in there, so don't do that. We're gonna put it kind of medium heat. And of course I'm gonna be stirring a lot while it cooks. So I'll just do that until maybe it starts bubbling a little bit, like, you know, plopping in there. I don't know how to, that's not a nice word. Ploop, you know? Oh, good. And then you can see like the batter is melting in there and it's just kind of thicken up in the pan. Then I'm gonna add my spices. So, first I'm gonna put in, I guess, because it's the first thing I grabbed, pumpkin pie spice, and it takes, you know, so about like that. Like I said, I don't measure. I don't know why. I just put stuff in. I don't know. It'd probably like make more sense and be smart if I did measure and be orderly, but you know, who wants to do that? Cloves, I'm gonna go sparing because if you get too many cloves, then you're just gonna have cloves. So like that. And you know, you gotta have cinnamon. So I'm gonna put cinnamon. All right. Oops, excuse me. Let's stir that on. You should smell that. And if it gets too thick, I'll add a little bit more whole milk to that. I just want to get the right consistency. Look how pretty that is, guys. It's like us, we just have to, sometimes when God does stuff with us, and we're just like, Lord, I'm a mess. And he just says, trust me, you're gonna be a wonderful pie. Just trust me. Okay, now it's plooping. Kind of come into the broil. I'm gonna take it off the stove. You don't want to burn it. Don't want to burn that sugar and stuff in there. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I'm so excited. So yeah, so now that it's warm and it's got a head start now on the baking process, and I'm going to put this into our lentil peppered pie crust. Unfortunately, sorry, Rob. Too bad I don't have another crust. I could just be like, oh yeah, I got all the lentils out, you know, but that wouldn't be true. So, so here it is, and I'll just put you down here. All right, here we go. Don't look at the bottom of my pan. We're all like real normal cooks here. Like, I have ugly pans, and I don't do stuff right, and I don't measure, but it's homemade, and oh, it smells good. Like, how do I explain it? It just took me back to being a kid, and it took me back to like Orville, some kind of bakery in Orville. Orville is where Smucker's is. What else is in Orville? Is it? I don't remember. Whoops. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. So I'm gonna smooth out this pie here. And here it is. It's ready to go in the oven. I sloshed it a little bit on that one side, but it'll be all right. And I think I would have put a little bit more pumpkin in it just to fill up the crust nice, but I think it's gonna be really good. So we'll pop this in the oven, and I have the oven at 350, and it's gonna cook slow and low. If you all always do things perfect, then I'm proud of you. But since I pre-baked that, I'll probably have to cover it with foil or parchment paper or something, so that the crust doesn't burn around the top. That's kind of all I do, because then it just keeps the heat from scorching. And now I'm gonna do my dishes. Okay, the oven stopped, and I baked this pie at 350 for about 45 minutes in the toaster oven on convection. So it's a little bit tacky when you touch it. But it'll cool and it'll set more. So it's not jiggly. It's just, I think it's good. And from what I just tasted there, it's really yummy. Okay, ouch. We'll just put it there to cool. There it is. Homemade real pumpkin pie. Okay, here it is. I let it rest for about 40 minutes. It's still warm, but I think it's set up good now, and we're gonna cut it. You can see. It's really custard. We'll get the ice cream now. Plate. Try it without the ice cream. Also. Just say what you think, so I don't, if you don't want to be seen.
It's delicious.
It's whispering. Now eat it without the ice cream, so they can have a real deal.
Yum.
Are you sure you can't show your face? You're so happy. You're alright.
It's very light. It's not a. It's not a.
Canned pie, like
It's not
condensed
canned.
milk.
Yeah, it's a light pumpkin. It's really good. Not strong.
It was like a mini pie piece. How's the crust?
Good.
You don't notice any red lentils? See, they take on whatever taste, so it's a good thing to have in your crust. You can't even tell. Okay, that's it. I hope you liked our video today about the homemade from scratch, from the garden pumpkin pie. Thank you for watching, and we will